listeners. This is Ivan Franklin Rose, and this is the one on the 5 love languages in depth. Today we're going to go in depth on the book written by Gary Chapman in 1992 called The 5 Love Languages. He's a pastor and marriage counselor, and this book has been printed in 50 countries and 30 languages. It's just amazing how much information people have appreciated from this. But basically, he says that every individual has their own love language, things that move them, things that are important to them, and that if you know what they are, then you're able to relate better to that individual. Now, I think this applies to friends as well. Some of these can apply, at least 3 of them can apply to friendships, and knowing what language your friends relate to and knowing what kind of friend to be. So that could be important there. There is a test you could take online when you Google the 5 love languages test. It comes up and you can take it. I took it, and it tells you which of these are more prevalent in your life, which you respond to more, what things you relate to more. So what they are, we're going to get, for those of you who don't know, the 5 love languages are quality time, which is, needing to spend meaningful time with your partner to feel loved, such as chatting over dinner, going for a long walk together, etc. Acts of service, showing and feeling love through helpful actions, such as cooking a meal for your partner or cleaning out their car or doing something nice for them. Words of affirmation, feeling or showing love through praise, compliments, and other verbal expressions of love. Gift-giving, that's sharing love through presents of all sizes, ranging from small tokens or trinkets to larger, more expensive gifts. And physical touch, showing and receiving love through affirmative touching, such as holding hands, cuddling, kissing, and even sex. So these are what he calls the 5 love languages, or how people, respond more fully to what you present as a partner. And it can cause stress and anxiety when you're not in sync with your partner. If their love language is words of affirmation and you present them with gifts, it may not be enough for them. They want positive words of affirmation, which I'll give you some later today that you can use. So you want to be in sync, causes less stress, less anxiety, and here's some of the ideas that you can do. Now, in January of this year, Gary produced a list of what people thought would be additional love languages. No one has come up with the 6th one yet, but these are some suggestions, and I'll share them with you so you can see how it fits into the original 5. So one of them, he said, someone's recommended shared experiences to be a love language, but it's actually an expression of quality time. Giving space. Giving someone space when they want or need it is an act of service or a gift. Feeling seen. Gary said this is a feeling, not a love language. More directly, it's a feeling people get when someone speaks their primary love language. Why? Because it is a sign that someone was either thinking about them or paying attention to their preferences, hence being seen. Appreciation was suggested. This type of expression falls under words of affirmation. You'd be hard-pressed to find an expression of appreciation that wasn't expressed through words of affirmation, one of the original 5. Activity, taking an interest in other hobbies or activities, joining in, that's part of quality time. Emotional understanding, well, that's a connection and support through a challenging time and can be expressed through one of the original 5. And intellectual. This type of preferred connection happens through conversation. We're not mind readers, so we have to decide, what a person wants to talk about and what things are of interest to them, and we can connect to them through words of affirmation or quality time to get to what would be intellectually satisfying to them to discuss. But really, there's only 5. There are some that I thought of that would be an additional. I was reading an article, and I thought that some additions would be worth looking at. One is accessibility, to be accessible to your partner, and that's very important, to make yourself accessible. to be responsive to your partner, and that is to acknowledge what they're saying and respond to it and be available and to act on things they've asked you to do, to be responsive, and then emotionally engage with them to let them know that you care. And this can all be woven into possibly the original 5, but I thought they were worth mentioning as an extension or an enhancement to make one aware. Accessibility, responsiveness, and emotionally engage with your partner. And now we want to go to some of the individual ones and dissect them and go into more depth. Okay. So the first one is acts of service. So this represents all kinds of things, depending on what your mate needs. If they need you to act and handle a certain thing, if they need their car brought in for repair, they need you to handle registration for a school for the children, or if something needs to be done, showing an act of service that you're going to get it done, showing that you do things for them, maybe doing dishes as a surprise when they don't have to do it, or doing something around the house, vacuuming, or sharing in some of the chores that your other spouse does, or perhaps helping him clean out his car, or helping him with a project if he's doing something and that you can be helpful with, but in some way showing that you're willing to spend time doing something for them that they need done, even as a surprise that they didn't ask for, would be showing acts of service. And some people relate to this more than they relate to gifts, someone doing something for each other. So that's important to know if your mate responds to acts of service and to find ways of fitting it in and doing it. Let's talk about gifts. Now, gifts doesn't have to represent something big. It could be something small. It could be a snow globe from a place you visited just as a memory, or a T-shirt from that place, or something that you thought of them when you were away if you're not together, if you're apart. Gifts could be something you made by hand, something you made yourself. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it also could be something that they've mentioned to you, that your partner has mentioned that they want, something that they thought of and they said, gee, I'd like to have this sometime, and you remembered, and so you get them this. It's more meaningful when they know that you remembered and you know what they like. If they mention to you they like certain colors and you're getting clothing and you remember to get something in that color, they'll remember it and they'll appreciate it. So that's important. With friends, some of these relate to friends. Acts of service certainly does. Sometimes in friendship, doing a favor for a friend, doing something that's an act of service can be considered a goodwill friendship act. And sometimes you give gifts on birthdays, remembering what they like, remembering what they're into, what music they like, or what little gift you're going to give, relating it to something you've had a conversation on. Certainly can relate to friends as well. So some of these could be love languages for friends. But when we get to physical touch, that's something that doesn't have to mean sexual. It can mean any number of things. And so I wanted to go over some of that. So, for example, kissing. Now, you may feel that kissing has to lead to sex, but it doesn't. Kissing is one of the easiest, most effective ways to show physical love to your partner. You can kiss their lips, their neck, their cheek, their forehead, their hand. In many cultures and throughout history, kissing is or has been shown as an act of respect, greeting, or affection. Kissing is used in all different types of relationships, romantic and non-romantic, and should be prioritized. So these are things that a publication from Very Well Mind put out, and I thought this is good enough to read. Holding hands. Who doesn't love seeing a couple walking hand in hand down the street? Especially when it's unexpected, you just grab your partner's hand. But in public or in private is an easy gesture that can immediately release mood-boosting endorphins. So it's one of the best ways to show physical love to your partner. Cuddling. Do you cuddle with your partner when you're watching a movie? When you're lying in bed? If you don't, you should. Physically wrapping yourself around a partner can bring you closer together, physically and emotionally. Your partner may prefer being the big or little spoon, but trying swapping roles or facing each other, and once you're all mixing it up, and see how it feels. Skin-to-skin touching. Touching can be sexual, but can also be non-sexual and still intimate. I call it sensual. Dragging your fingertips across your partner's back or neck can be an intimate expression of love. Sometimes your partner may love that, just a light scratch or a light touch. Touching your partner's hair, holding the back of their neck, or even touching their bare leg can be an expressive way of telling your partner that you're there for them. You're physically attracted to them, and and that you're in love with them. So basically, there are lots of things in physical touch that don't have to do with sexuality. There are some non-intimate touches which can lead to intimacy, like rubbing your partner's back. When a friend is dealing with a difficult or upsetting situation, touching them is a normal reaction, and this form of touching can be just effective in a romantic partnership. Rubbing your partner's back or massaging them can signal to them that you're there for them, that you love them. You can also rub their arm, their hand, or another part of the body. Just make sure you're communicating with your partner, making sure that they're comfortable with it. Sitting side by side, sitting close enough to be touching your partner is an easy way to signal that you love them. Maybe you're out to dinner, or maybe you're at an event and you want to show your partner love, but don't feel comfortable kissing them or holding their hand. Sitting with your hips or feet touching is a nonverbal way of connecting with your partner. This is all part of physical touch. And even tickling. Some individuals may not like to be tickled, but tickling is a physical expression of love. Not sure if your partner likes this, but all you have to do is ask. Communication is an integral part of any successful relationship, even if your love language is physical touch. So these are just some areas that you can relate to your partner with physicality. Okay, let's talk about words of affirmation. Now, this is another one that relates to and can easily relate to friendship. Using words of affirmation in your friend circle. So some people like affirmations in front of others, and other people like it in private. They like to be just told these things when you're together with them. But knowing what your partner wants and likes is part of understanding how to give words of affirmation. So on February 12th of 23 this year, Parade Magazine came out with what they feel is 125 words of affirmation that you can use with your partner. So I'd like to share these with you now. I think these are worth doing. You can pause, back up the tape if you want, and get these down, or just listen to them. But all right, so the first one is saying thank you for and telling them what you're thanking them for. Then you look amazing is number 2. Or number 3, I loved it when and you tell them what it is that they did that you loved it when they did it. So this is all positive things that sharing your feelings, your awareness that you appreciate them. Next is it made me so happy when you tell them what it did that made you happy. Or sharing that the meal you made was delicious. They want to know, and certainly it shows appreciation. I'm so lucky to be with you is another. And then, I love that shirt, hat, dress on you, whatever it is, piece of clothing on them. Or, I love how smart, funny, kind you are, whatever it is you're going to say that shows, again, that you appreciate how smart or funny or kind that they are. You make my heart sing. You make everything better. I couldn't do this without you. I'm so glad you're in my life. You're so fun, exciting, hilarious, something like that. I love that you always, and whatever it is that they always do that you really appreciate. I trust you. I believe in you. I need you. I know I can always count on you. You're so much fun to be with. The way you, and tell them what it is that they do, is inspiring. The way you do something, the way you handle that, whatever it is inspiring. Then, number 21 is, you're so special to me. Next is, I was so impressed when and you tell them what it was that impressed you. I'm sure you can see how these can be very powerful when you use them correctly. I like that Parade put it all together. I see how hard you've been working on. Tell them what it is that you noticed they were working on. I feel so grateful that I get to be with you. I love our life together. Thank you for listening is a good one. I missed you. It's 27. 28 is, I love how you get me. The next, I'm so happy to see you. The next, you're the best. A simple line like that sometimes. 31 is, no one makes me laugh as much as, feel as happy as, feel as beautiful as you do, whichever applies. Then you're such a good partner. 33 is, you help me feel like I can do anything. Next, when I'm with you, I'm a better person. 35 is, you're the best parent, friend, teacher, etc., whichever it is that applies. Next is, you handled that like a pro. And 37 I like a lot, I value your judgment. Your partner will love to know that you value their judgment if they don't already know that. 38 is, I'm so proud of you. Next is, your support means the world to me. Then, I love how you see the world. And 41 is, thank you for being a wonderful listener. Next is, you broaden my perspective. And then, I hope you know how much you mean to me. 44 is, being with you makes me so happy, inspired, joyful, whatever applies. Letting them know how you feel. Next is, I love your smile, laugh, eyes, way of seeing things. Let them know what you love about them. And there's so many things about your partner I'm sure that you do, but you just need to express it. So I love your smile, laugh, eyes, way of seeing things. That's a good one. Next is, thank you for sharing your opinions with me. And 47, I love that I can be myself with you. That's a good one. 48 is, thank you for being honest with me. Next is, you make me feel, and tell them how they make you feel. 50 is, you're so thoughtful. Next, you're so kind. And after that, you're so sexy. And then, my life is more meaningful with you in it. Next is, you rocked that situation. Whatever it is you were doing, you really rocked it. And then, will you help me with something? Your input, advice is always so good. So when you ask for help, let them know that the reason you're asking for help is that you appreciate their input or advice on that. Next is, I love how well you understand me. And then, you're the best gift giver, cookie baker, dad, mom, etc. Tell them what they're the best at. Remember, you have a lifetime to use all these. I'm just giving you some ideas that were in this article that I think were great. The next is, you're my best friend. What partner doesn't want to hear that? What friend doesn't want to hear that? You're one of my favorite people to be around. Again, can be used with friendship or love. You take such good care of me. And then, you always know the right thing to say. And 62, you help me so much. Let them know when they're a help to you. Next is, thank you for being in my life. And we work so well together. And then, you're an inspiration. And of course, 66, I love you. You should be saying that to your partner often. You are my sunshine is next. And then, when it applies, you could say, I'm sorry I hurt you. If you did something that offended your partner or you feel you hurt them, it doesn't hurt to tell them that you're sorry you did that. Then 69 is, I love that you did this for me. When they do something special, let them know. And then, your being here makes everything better. Next, it must be so tough to deal with this. How can I help? And then you did a great job on, tell them what they did a great job on. Next is, I wish I could do something like you can. Whatever it is that they're doing that you feel you can't do, let them know that you wish you could do it like them. You are amazing. It's a good one. You inspire me. Thank you for taking the time to do this with me. You did that. Go you. And I learned so much from you. And next, I love your ideas. And you do so much for the people in your life, showing that you acknowledge what they do for others, that you're watching, that you're paying attention. And I'm proud to be your partner. 82 is, I have total confidence in you. And then, I love how you make time for me. I respect you. I love being with you. And that was so thoughtful of you to do or say. That was so kind of you to do or say. 88 is, you know how to make me laugh. And you know how to make me happy. I feel safe with you. That's a great one. You have the best sense of humor. I love when we do something special together. I'll always be here for you. You make everything more fun. You're such a good lover. Thanks for seeing what I need or needed. Thanks for helping me with, and tell them what that was. We make such a good team, such a great team. Hello, gorgeous. Hey there, sexy. Now, those two, you have to know your partner to know if those are good to use, but that was in the article. Our kids are so lucky to have you as their mom, dad, mentor, etc. 102 is, I trust your judgment. And then, your opinion means so much to me. You're so considerate. You really are the best. You make so many things possible. I love your company. You're a dream come true. You're one in a million. Do you know how much I love you? Things feel easier when you're here. You help me in so many ways. I don't know what I'd do without you. I feel so lucky to have you in my life. You totally got this. Your perspective is invaluable. Wow, that was incredible. Your dinner, back rubs, ideas, whatever it is, are the best. Whatever it is that they do that really is special, let them know that they're the best. I love how your mind works. That's a good one. Want to come with me? Inviting them to join you on things. I love how you see things. And then, good thinking. And I appreciate you. What a good idea. And then the last is, number 125 is, thank you for loving me. So this was in Parade. I think that those are all valuable as positive affirmations, and you've got years to use them. But you can look at them and you can see how relevant they can be depending on what your partner's doing, what you're doing together. It can be really important. Okay, now I want to get to one of the most important ones. We've covered acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, and physical touch. I wanted to save this one for last, quality time, because that's very important and there's a lot to share with it. Sherry Gordon, who is a published author, a certified life coach, did an article in Very Well Mind on this very topic, and I thought it was worth talking about. How to give your partner quality time. Use active listening skills, she says. Set limits on technology. Make eye contact. Plan something different. Focus on quality, not quantity. And develop a routine. So we're going to talk about these areas and share what we can come up with that might make sense to you on quality time. Every couple needs quality time together in order for their relationship to grow and develop. But what happens when one partner's love language is quality time and the other one isn't? Well, it may seem strange in the beginning to do this, to work on this for your partner, but how does the desire for time spent together impact the relationship when hectic lives get in the way? So here's a closer look at how expressing the love language of quality time can not only improve your relationship, but also show your quality time partner that you are fluent in their love language. Now, all of this is supposed to take the stress and anxiety out of pairing people up, out of two people trying to relate to each other and have a life together when they don't understand each other's code. Everyone has a basic code inside of them that they respond to, that at least if you take the quiz, which is online, you'll understand from the quiz. You'll say, oh, yeah, that makes sense to me. You don't think about it all the time, but what's the most meaningful part that happens in the relationship that your partner does? What means the most to you? So let's look at quality time. It centers around togetherness. It's about expressing your love and affection with undivided attention. So when you're with your partner, put down the cell phone if possible at all. Turn off the tablet, focus on them. And when you do that, it touches their heart in a way that really matters. They feel important, loved, and special, like you're intentional in setting aside time for them. Now, unfortunately, thanks to technology, quality time with our partners is becoming more and more scarce. Even when we are together, we are someplace else, usually in cyberspace or deep in our own thoughts, but being in close proximity to one another while doing something else does not always constitute quality time, no matter how long you sit there. When it comes to giving your partner quality time, speaking your partner's love language, it's important that you do things that will make your partner feel loved and appreciated. If your partner's primary love language is quality time, you need not only to set aside time for your partner, but also be intentional about how you're spending that time. If you don't share the same love language as your partner, don't be surprised if they seem unnatural at first, like I said before, but with time and effort, you'll be doing these things for your partner without a second thought. So here are some ways you can do it. Making eye contact. When it comes to quality time, eye contact is a gateway to loving your quality time partner. In fact, maintaining eye contact tells your partner that they have your full attention, which will make them feel loved, important, and understood. It also communicates that you care about what they have to say. But when you're distracted and scrolling through your phone while your partner talks about their day, they will feel like you just don't care about what they have to say, and by extension, that you don't care about them. Use active listening skills. Active listening is one of the most loving things you can do for your partner. But for most people, it doesn't come naturally. Instead, people are talking and trying to think of things in their head. You just have to focus on active listening skills, which is to focus on what they're saying, not thinking about what's in your head all the time. Lean in slightly, affirm what they are saying, ask thoughtful questions about what they're talking about, avoid trying to offer advice unless they ask for it. In the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, they talked about that sometimes a partner just wants to vent and get things off their chest, and they don't always want a solution. Usually men want to be Mr. Fix-It and they want to make a solution. I understand that. I identify with that. But sometimes your partner just wants to talk and vent, so be there to listen. And try putting yourself in their shoes or thinking about how you might feel in the same situation. Quality time partners are more interested in feeling understood. They are looking for empathy and compassion and don't always want to have their situations fixed. So when you're listening to your partner, try not to be in your head thinking about your next thought or what you're thinking about back at the office or other things. Try to focus on what they're saying and do what we said here. Set limits on technology. Nothing hurts a quality time person more than to share something that they feel is really important and look up and realize the partner's only half paying attention, trying to answer an email from a coworker or respond to a text. Make it a habit to put away your phone at dinner or during a coffee break and really focus on what your partner has to say. Even though you may not discuss anything earth-shattering, you're making an important and loving gesture by choosing your partner over technology. Doesn't this make sense to you? Focus on quality, not quantity. When it comes to quality time, it's not about the amount of time you spend together, but instead the quality of your interactions that count. And with so much going on in your life, carving out a few minutes for meaningful and uninterrupted conversation can be a wonderful way to show a person that you love, that you care. Remember, it's not about the quantity of time you spend together, rather the quality. If you get nothing else out of this talk today, please put that into your mind, write it down, sleep with it under your pillow, and remember that. So make a plan. Well, it never hurts to be spontaneous. Planning to do something together can be just as fun and exciting as a last-minute dinner or movie, especially for quality time partner. It is often too easy for couples to get in a rut after they have been together for a while. Instead of settling for the same old, try making plans. Taking steps to initiate quality time will mean a lot to your partner. Plus, the anticipation of spending time together will really speak love to them. It doesn't matter what you do. Just plan something different. A few suggestions could be: try the new restaurant in town, schedule a bike ride on a Saturday morning, plan a leisurely walk around the riverbank after work. Do something that's different that they didn't expect. Shake it up a little bit. Remember, just because you're spending time together, and it's expected that you're going to do that when you've been together a while, it doesn't mean you can't be intentional about how you spend that time. So your partner knows you're going to be spending time. It's what you do together. But choose an intentional surprise, something that just they didn't expect, something that is different. Take your shoes and socks off, walk on the beach, walk in the water, skip with them in the sand. Skipping is fun. Brings out the kid in them. Just do something spontaneous. Spontaneousness will hold a relationship together. Try it. Trust me. It'll really bring a smile to their face. Now, develop a routine is next to talk about. Look for small ways to connect with your partner on a daily basis. For instance, you could pray or meditate together every morning, or read the Sunday funnies, or find a small way to regularly connect will help quality time partner feel fulfilled and appreciated. Plus, it's something you can both look forward to doing together. So something on a routine is okay. Spontaneousness, and then something else on a routine. Mix it up. Be present and available. When your partner is feeling insecure or going through a tough time, you can really show you care by simply being there and spending quality time, that you're present and available when they need you. Stay in the moment is the next thing I want to talk about. For people whose primary love language is quality time, they never lose sight of the fact that time is limited and tomorrow is not promised. As a result, they view time together as a priceless gift that they want to give and receive in relationships. To them, life is about being in the moment more than it is about what you are doing. It is also prioritizing the people you love over everything else. And then get creative. Everyone has days when their to-do list is a mile long. Rather than run all your errands by yourself, invite your quality time partner to come along. Even though you're doing something mundane and boring, you can sneak in some quality time. For instance, turn off the radio and talk to one another. And when does that happen? But do it. Ask how your partner's life is going and what's stressing them out right now. You can turn just about any activity into a chance to sneak in some quality time if you are creative. Now, at times, it can be hard to communicate love to your partner through quality time, especially if it's not your primary love language. But you eventually get the hang of it. The key is to avoid a few common mistakes. So let me end with this. Don't complain about the time you spend together. Resist the urge to do something else while your partner is talking. Don't view your quality time partner as needy. Keep your technology stowed away when you have time planned together. And don't forget to ask what your partner needs in order to feel loved. It's part of communication. Like, all of these things are worth reviewing in depth and going back over this a few times, especially the words of affirmation. I gave you a lifetime of words of affirmation to use in relationships. Now, if you have needs that are not expressed for some reason in these 5 love languages, if you feel there's something else that I didn't cover, that he didn't cover in his book, Gary Chapman, that you feel is necessary, communicate it with your partner. Let them know what is important to you. Let them know what moves you. What motivates you to be a better partner? What makes you want to do things for your partner? What things can they do for you? Or what way can they act in a manner that makes you want to be the best person you can be in that relationship or that friendship? Even in a friendship, find out how you can be a better friend. I'm going to do a podcast on being a better friend. But for right now, just know that some of these love languages relate to being a good friend and sharing words of affirmation with that friend and spending quality time with that friend and knowing what is important to that friend. So whether it's a loved one or a friend or both, just remember, it's within your power to learn new things. It's within your ability to take some of these that we are teaching and some of these that are taught in the books that we're quoting and the articles that we're quoting and take them internally and become at one with knowledge. Act out these things. Make it a reality for you. You don't just say, well, that's good for the other person. Tell yourself, you can do this. You can make this happen. You can be a better partner. You can be a better friend. You can be a better human being and enjoy life to its fullest. Because when you and your partner or you and your friend are in sync, life is wonderful and your relationships are wonderful and you feel loved and you feel cared for. And that's what we're striving for here. Take the stress and anxiety out of relationships and make it loving and wonderful and make you feel like you're loved and cared for, which you would be. Remember, every morning is a new day. Every morning is a new start where you can be anything you want to be. You can rebuild yourself, remake yourself every day. But begin each day with a smile. Begin each day with something that makes you happy so that you have a chance to make others happy and share that happiness with others. Find something outside to be happy for. Find some reason. Look at pictures of a sunrise or sunset like I have on my Instagram, Boca CEO. I have 300 pictures. Find something. Take a picture out of a magazine. Smile every day. Start the day right. Think of the 5 love languages, how they can apply in your life, and how you can make somebody else's day happy, how you can make your loved one's day happy. Until next time, we're signing off. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.